this culture of begging money, 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 money. What the hell is going on here? It is Ayamaro a scammer? Is Ayamaro reveal himself as a scammer? This is a huge question I'm starting to have. It seems like, because if I start realize now looking the videos of you, Mayugno, I can classify Mayugno as a scammer. Do we have to support Ayamaro? Or do we have to look for another characters to entertain?
I feel like I have a thief who steals my eggs.
There's a video of them collecting the eggs. And she will use this pan.
I said, take it easy, I will do the work. You don't have to watch their video. You don't have to watch their video. Just relax and let me give you all the tea. You don't have to watch their video. You don't have to watch their video. Because Mzungu Pebbles is here to give you the tea. You don't have to watch their video. You don't have to watch their video. Welcome and welcome back to my channel, guys. It's Mzungu Pebbles at your service. How are you guys doing? It's been a while. But you know how it is. When duty calls, the girl has to answer. You know what I mean? I know you guys know what I mean and you sympathize with me when I disappear for a week. It's only a week, guys. But I'm here. I'm here to talk, okay? So there wasn't really much going on the streets anyway. After the Congrats mom saga, and she reappeared and pretended as if, you know, all is well in the camp, and they call us liars and they call us haters and they say we fabricated everything. I just sat in my corner and laughed. Seriously, because they don't want me to drop the receipts. Anyway, let's get into it. In today's talk show, because this is what this is right now, a talk show, you know what I mean? In today's talk show, I have Ayamawa, Dee Mwango, Rocio Cabrera, David Jr., the usual suspects. Who else are we going to talk about? They're the ones that bring the views, and they're the ones that bring the drama. So, hey, we're going to talk about you people, okay? We're haters over here. Haters! Haters, jealousy! Jealousy! Look at them. They're typing right now in my comment section. It's jealousy. Look at you. You're jealousy. You're jealousy of Rocio Cabrera. You're jealousy of her because she has rich life. And she's miserable, okay? She is rich life and miserable. So type all you want in my comment section and hit the like button while you're at it, calling me a hater. Anyway, my darlings, I miss you all so much. Let's get into this. So let's start with, I'm going to start with Ayamawa. Today's video where he was crying about someone stealing his eggs. Imagine, eggs. Is this all they have to eat? Because Dee was in the junkyard in Poland just eating eggs nonstop. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't want to see their chart of the cholesterol. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. Every single day, eggs, eggs, eggs. Eggs. Marwa is about to lay eggs at any time because he eats so much eggs. Anyway, so today he talked about how, you know, he's missing eggs, and he blamed his workers in his compound for stealing his eggs.
I've seen a snake here. I feel like I have a thief who steals my eggs. If it's not just one guy by the name Kennedy, because Kennedy is the one who manages all this, it will be end of job.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, why are you blaming the workers in your compound, Marwa? Did you see them steal the eggs? They always, that those people in that camp always tell us, you need receipts. You need receipts before you jump and say these things about someone. Show us the receipts. Well, Marwa, we're asking you to show us the receipts that you saw your employees stealing eggs. And if I was those employees, if I were those employees, I would quit. Because you're not going to accuse me of stealing and I stay there and work for you. No, we all know in this camp that Marwa compound is full of snakes. He himself said that today, that he has a whole lot of snakes in his compound. He also has a lot of rats. And when he went into the storage section where they, apparently store stuff like whatever they use for the horses, the hay, I don't know what it is that they're storing in there, with some horse feed and some fish feed. It was just nasty and looked like a dump in there. And I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of rats in there. So what do you think the rats are going to do? They're going to eat all the eggs, Marwa. But apparently, it's not just the rats and the snakes who are stealing the eggs. It's Rocio's family. The Mazungus are stealing Marwa eggs.
Bueno, dijo Laura. And there are another white. No worse. Also, this will look very good. Look how she avoided like 20 minutes of like this. So she will use this pot to cook, and we will try later. Flour, have our own eggs. Okay, so there's a video of them collecting the eggs.
And apparently they're not feeding him. So they're just in the villa, living their own little lives in that villa, doing whatever they want. Apparently Rocio and the family is cooking, and they're not feeding Marwa, because if they were feeding him, he would have realized that these are the people who have been taking the eggs every single day to cook. How is it that he doesn't know? How? Why is he blaming his workers for stealing the eggs when it's his family, the Mazungu family, who have been stealing those eggs? This is crazy. This is crazy. There's evidence of them going to fetch the eggs every single day, to bake cake, to cook dinner, to do this, to do that, to just suck it out of the shell by itself. Apparently they don't have eggs where they're from, maybe because they live on these eggs every single day, or maybe there's nothing else in the villa for them to eat, or what they like to eat except, ugali, and they don't want to eat that. And so they decided that they're just going to eat eggs. They've been feeding on eggs they've been there. Oh my goodness. But Marwa was very upset about this, and he's blaming his workers. And I felt bad for them, because he had a meeting with them and warned them and told them blah blah blah, he'll fire them if any of his eggs are missing. But he's accusing his employees, and he haven't seen them taking anything, when it's Rocio and her family who have been taking the eggs the entire time. Now Rocio and her family are pretending as if Marwa is the visitor. This is what I noticed. They're pretending as if Marwa is the actual visitor in that villa. That's how this girl is pretending, her and her family. Like, Marwa is a visitor in here. This place is mine. Me and my family owns this. And he is a visitor. And he looks like the odd person out as well. He does. He does. Also in today's video, he mentioned that Onyx is very sick. Onyx is sick.
So give me some, what went on there? Onyx is not doing well. He's not doing well.
Who knows? We may lose Onyx at any time, because Marwa says Onyx is sick, and instead of calling a vet to come and look at this little horse, Marwa decides that he's going to take things in his own hands and medicate this horse on his own with the unprofessional people that he has working for him. Imagine. So this is what they're doing to this horse. So at any time we may see Rocio in the river crying, "Oh, I can't believe I'm crying for a horse. This is not normal. This is not normal for a woman to cry for a horse. Oh, we lost Onyx." Guys, I can't. Seriously. Is this crazy? Someone also mentioned that the yard stinks. Stinks, like really, really stinks. And there was a video recently where Marwa had his employees picking up the horse poo using their bare hands. God. Even the cook who is cooking their food was out there scraping up the horse poo with his hands, and then he goes inside with his nails, and all the poo is still under his nails, and he's cooking inside without a gloves. Imagine, guys. So people have been saying that the compound is smelly, and a lot of flies are out there, and this is why the flies are bothering the horses, because there are a lot of stuff going on out there. He has so many animals in that compound, so you know that's why it's smelly, and everything is so close to the villa, you know. So it's going to stink, Marwa. It's going to stink. And also perhaps, the sewage that they have for the villa, since now it's a lot of people in the villa and a lot of people using it, the sewer system is probably leaking somewhere into, I don't know, the compound somewhere. I don't think they have a cesspit or anything like that. I think it just floats somewhere into the compound and then floats out into the stream in the back. I don't know, guys. That's alleged. So I don't know if that's true. And perhaps that's what that is what people also have been smelling as well. But they're saying that his compound stinks. Stinky, stinky, stink. What else they said today? Someone said that, Marwa said that someone is trying to scam him by saying they sent money to him for the boy he was begging for. You know, the one that they scripted the entire thing, who was at his gate holding up, the sign saying, he needs money for university, blah, blah, blah. So the person said that they sent money to Marwa to forward to this guy. And Marwa said that he did not receive any money and that this person is trying to scam him. And he swear on the Bible that he's such an honest person and he would never take anyone's money. He's such an honest person who's just trying to help the village, to uplift the village. And, he's a good-hearted person who lived by Christ and the Lord Jesus Christ and yada, yada, yada. So he would never, ever take any money that belongs to someone else. And the only money that he received is for the other guy who he was begging money for, who's Brian, I think his name is, to purchase a bike. And that's the only money that he received.
If you believe tricking just to I don't know, to take advantage of a desperate man, it will backfire, my friend, to you. That one I can tell you for free. I also support other people. I don't feel bad to ask for anyone to support me in any way. You can support me.
Now, one of Marwa's loyal foot soldier, used to be Marwa's loyal foot soldier, I think his name is Mose or Moose, and he made a video yesterday. Hi! You remember that guy who used to call people pigs? I think he's from Mozambique or somewhere like that. Well, he made a video on Marwa yesterday. And he was saying basically the same things that we have been saying. But knowing him, he switches his mouth when he's ready. He's a flip-flopper. He's all over the place. 1 minute he's talking about Marwa. Next minute he's siding with Marwa. Remember, he had a falling out with Marwa's loyal subscribers 6 months ago when he called in to talk to Marwa, and some of the questions that he was asking Marwa, his subscribers felt that those were inappropriate questions, because I think he asked Marwa if he slept with Paris. He also told Marwa that Marwa need to consult him and Zach Sr. because Marwa was not doing things right. So he needs someone to guide him and talk to him. And the subscribers didn't like that. Marwa didn't like that at all. And they kind of like just kicked him out of the camp. Ever since he has been reacting on little things here and there, but hasn't been getting any views. So he decided that he's going to talk about Marwa yesterday in one of his videos. And he basically said that, you know, he's questioning if Marwa is a scammer. He says that Marwa has created a village of scammers and one of the biggest, a village of YouTube beggars. And one of the biggest scammers in the village is Mayugno.
This culture of begging, money, 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 money. What the hell is going on here? It is Ayamaro a scammer? Is Ayamaro reveal himself as a scammer? This is a huge question I'm starting to have. Or are the number one content creators scammers? It seems like, because if I start realize now looking the videos of you, Mayugno, I can classify Mayugno as a scammer. Mayugno doesn't want to finish that building. You want to use that building as a pretext for you to finance his underpants lifestyle.
He said that people are sick and tired of Marwa begging. His channel has become a begging channel. I will leave the clip here of this guy finishing Marwa. I will leave the clip here.
This is what I'm calling here and attention to you. Are you watching something that you expect, or are you there just to see another request for money? I can tell you, Rocio channel is more worth it to watch because you see something different. You see moments with the family and experiencing Africa. You see people from South America experiencing Africa. And this is what we're expecting. This moment, Ayamara sharing with us the experience of his in-laws in Africa and show them, travel with them around because he have the means. But what we see here is a begging, a culture of begging. So his content is come dead. I will not be surprised if the negative creators come and criticize him. I will support those because I don't expect begging is no content creation. Nyambo ones has created a culture of begging. Most recently, I've been getting calls for certain people that I have support in the past for goodwill, and now they think because I have support them on the past, they have to come back and begging me, no, we have a problem here. Ayamara doesn't do this for us, does not give us exposure.
Yummy Kitchen said the same thing. Remember when Yummy Kitchen said that Ian did that to her? Like they were harassing her literally for money, and many people didn't believe her. And now this man is saying the same thing, that he supported them in the past, and all they're trying to do now is just constantly call him to beg him like they're beggars, and people are sick of it.
What the hell? You have two hands, you have a land, you have everything. I have support you to have the means to carry on with your life, and now you became a beggar, a digital beggar. This is what Ayamaro has created a culture of digital beggars for Nyamboans. This is not good. There is a need to stop this digital begging. Is enough. Nyamboans became Nyambuans of beggars.
And I know he's going to say that's not what he meant and yada yada yada. He meant everything what he was saying about Marwa, because he's seeing exactly what we have been talking about. He's now just seeing exactly what we have been seeing all along, that Marwa has created a village of monsters, little monsters. All these people do is beg and beg and beg. And I think what ticked him off was the guy at the gate with the sign and all of that. that. It just seemed very scripted. And he himself said that that looks very scripted, as if perhaps, you know, Marwa met this guy and they decided the same thing that he did with Mama Ann's daughter. You know, that was scripted. She didn't just see him and pass this note to him. It was scripted. He wrote that note. He told her what to say to him so that he can collect money. And when he collects, say, you know, $1,000 from someone, he can collect another $1,000 from someone else. Because remember, there's no accountability. There is no paper trail for this money that he's collecting. So he just takes all the money for himself, half of the money for himself, and then give the guy half of the money. Not everyone is going to call in and say, hey, you know, I sent $1,000. You didn't call my name. No, he's not going to call. In fact, sometimes he says, you know, this person doesn't want their name to be mentioned, so I'm not going to mention his name. But yet Marwa was the same person who was complaining about Fella the Boy. When Fella the Boy was collecting money on Mama Han's, for Mama Han's, I don't know, project, when they had that going on, and Marwa got upset and said that Fella the Boy was a scammer because there was no paper trail. And sometimes when you do that and you have no paper trail, it's easy for people to steal the money. So Marwa, what do you have to say for yourself right now? Because this is what you have been doing for the past few months. This is how you have been making your money, Marwa. By funneling money from, you know, unsuspecting donors to your pocket. That's what you have been doing this entire time, Marwa. Channeling money to your personal accounts without transparency. And then coming to them to tell them how honest you are. No, you're not honest. Because if you were honest, you would have formed, you know, just form a charitable foundation so that there is paper trail. But you do not want to have any paper trail, Marwa. You don't want to. So instead, you send the money to your account. Yes, so Marwa decides that he's going to compare himself to Mr. Beast. Like, boy, be for real. Be for real, Marwa. Mr. Beast is a philanthropist, okay? There's transparency in his organization that he has. It's a charitable organization. Marwa, all you have is your Zelle and your PayPal and your Cash App and your M-Pesa. That's what you have. That's where people send their money to when they're sending money for people, okay? No one knows how much money they send to you. John may say, okay, I'm sending the $20 that you asked for this guy. And then Tom also may say, yes, I'm also going to send $20. John is not going to know that Tom already is going to send $20. So instead of getting only $20, Marwa, you're going to get $40, $60, $80 because you have a lot of subscribers and a lot of them are willing to donate. So instead of you just getting that $120 and you say, you know what, thank you, I received the $20, no need to send any more money. No, you're going to collect the $20 from several people, but you're only going to give out that $120 and you're going to keep the hundreds of dollars that you receive from all those other unsuspecting, you know, donors who have no clue that this money that they're sending is going directly to you. And how are they going to investigate it? They can't, because you can say that this was a gift and you didn't force them to send you this money. But this was a gift to you. That's what you're going to say. But if you have a charitable organization and then there's paper trail, you can't steal the money. And this is why you do not want to form a charitable organization, Marwa, because you don't want people to catch you stealing their money. You won't be able to. So please, do not compare yourself to Mr. Beast, who has helped thousands and thousands of people in Africa, in America, even in Jamaica. He went to Jamaica and he built houses for Jamaicans. I think it was last year or earlier this year. That's what he did, Marwa. You have never given anything to Jamaicans, even through the hurricane. Nothing. Nothing, even to your own friend, Jamaican uncle. Not even $1. You don't give anyone anything, Marwa. You are a taker, not a giver. You will give a child $1 just for your subscribers to watch you give that child $1 and then say how much of a good person you are so they can send you hundreds of dollars for your own pocket. That's what you do, Marwa. Even today, in Marwa's video, at the end of it, of course, you know, he always begs and begs and begs. And he was saying, you know, send money to help this one and send money to help that one. You know, God will bless you and ray. But at the same time, feel free to send money to me because I also need money. But I'm not forcing you. I'm not forcing you to send money. But send money to me because I need money. You're forcing people, Marwa. You put guilt trip on your subscribers for them to send you money. You are forcing these people to send you their last money that they have. It's Christmas time. These people have families abroad that they need to send money to. Jamaica is still in ruins. They're trying to pick up the pieces. And a lot of these people have family in Jamaica. And the other ones from other Caribbean islands, they have their families who are relying on them to send them money for Christmas. And America is not doing well. A lot of them lost their jobs in America. But you are forcing these people day in, day out, donations, donate to this one, donate to that one, donate. And the people there are greedy and more greedy and just begging and everything they want. They just feel like they can come to the internet and ask for it and it will be granted. You know why? Because you, Marwa, you created monsters in this village. You created a village of beggars. That's what you did. And this is what you taught these people, that it's okay to come on the internet. This is the use of YouTube. YouTube is for you to go on the internet and just beg and you will receive. This is what you taught them. Yes, it was good for you to bring YouTube back to the village. But at what cost, Marwa? At what cost? Just for them to beg? That's not working hard. And every day you get up and you talk about, oh, I work so hard. We work so hard. My family worked so hard. We came from nothing. And look what we have achieved right now. You achieve everything you have from begging, Marwa. Begging. But you never used to be like this. It's just recently, I think a couple of years ago, Marwa started off on this, I don't know, begging spree. I think once he started asking for money and people were sending money, especially, I think it was Aaron Dante. You know, when Aaron Dante gave Marwa a huge lump sum of money and he realized that, you know what, there are these wealthy Americans who have money and they don't know what to do with it, so they're going to give it to me. So once he saw that, he became greedy and he started begging more and more. And then every year he will come across 2 or 3 huge donors. And he said so himself, that all he needs is few huge donors who will send him money. And he can survive for the rest of his life off of these people. And so he has been teaching the boys in the village to beg as well. When he asks people to open YouTube channels, this is what they do. Even the women in the village. Every single day you go on YouTube, it's a sad story. Their thumbnails is a sad story. Oh, I got robbed. Oh, someone stole this. Someone broke into my house. Oh, this one is sick. Guys, it's all a lie. They're all lying. It is all a scam. They do that to play on your heart so that you can feel sorry for them and you will send them money. It is a village full of scammers. From one to all of them. Every single one of them. So that was on Marwa today. So then let's move on to Rocio Cabrera. Because I realized that Rocio is happy with her family, you know. As long as her family's there, she's happy and she's cheerful and yada, yada, yada. Even when they were in the yard the other day, I noticed something. When Marwa asked Rocio to interpret what her family was saying, it's like she wasn't engaging. It's like, don't ask, you know, like, don't bother me. Why are you asking me to interpret what they're saying? Like, she didn't want to be there. She didn't want to do it for him. It's like that entire picture just seemed like this was Rocio's compound and Marwa was the guest in that group. This is what I saw. And her attitude was nasty and stink. It was not the same thing when she's alone with her family. Rocio wished that this was her compound alone, and Marwa was nowhere, and Marwa mother was nowhere to be seen. Those people would not be on that compound. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. She's a horrible person. I don't care what anyone say. Rocio is a horrible person. She does not love Marwa, and Marwa doesn't really love her either. He just wanted a Mzungu baby, and she wanted the money. So anyway, so Marwa is so busy with the other horses. The main horse has not been getting any attention. So the main horse is crying these days because the main horse is not getting any attention. But guess what? That's the main horse's fault, because whose idea was it to get Apollo's horse? Whose idea was it? Who? It wasn't Marwa's idea. Who came up with that idea? I love horses. I want horses. I was always a horse rider. Back in my home in Argentina, I rode horses all the time. We had horses. Horses. I want horses. Oh my God. If you love me, give me horses. So he got her lots and lots of horses companions and abandoned her. Now she is upset that he is paying too much attention to the new horses. Girl, shut up and deal with it. Enjoy your family. Go eat eggs and shut up. Go eat eggs and shut up. Keep stealing eggs. Oh my God. Go eat eggs and shut up, girl. Let the man be with his horses, the real horses, okay? She's now complaining on Instagram about, not getting the attention that she needs and all of that. Like, girl, bye. Bye. And talking about, oh, it's not about money. It's about spending time with someone. It was about money, girl. It was about money. Shut up. You're a gold digger. You are a gold digger, Rocio. A gold digger. That's what you saw in Marwa when you saw him. You saw money, chicka ching ching, and you decided to come to Kenya. Now you're there crying, talking about it's not about money. I'm in love, and I just want somebody to spend time with me. I'm not getting time. Ray. Guys, when her family leaves, she's going to be back to crying like a little baby. Cry. We're here for it. We're here to watch her cry, okay, and talk about it. Let's talk about David Jr. So David Jr. and this Trini woman, all right? I'm going to address this Trini woman, this Trini gal. Me address her right now. I'm going to chat it in a Patwa. Me I go address that Trini gal here right now, because I'm gonna call her gal. I'm in a business a gal, you're a gal, because only a gal would pick up, go to Kenya, go walk around with one bunch of little boy. Yeah, gal. So she went to the dancing grandma wedding, and someone was recording. I can't remember who, but I made a clip of it. So this person approached her and said something about Wagwan. Since Dee went to Jamaica and brought back the Patwa to the village, they use it a lot. You know what I mean? They even curse in Jamaican Patwa or whatever. And it's no big deal. So they approached her and said, the guy approached her and said, Wagwan, what's up or something, Wagwan. And this woman got upset and said, oh, I'm not Jamaican, I'm Trini. And that's bad language. We don't talk like that. Trini don't talk like that. That's bad language.
The one that make us stand.
Hey, take me a picture with Davy. Come down.
Okay. Wagwan.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's good.
Nice.
So you want on
Very
is
nice.
Jamaica. We Trini.
Mama doesn't want to walk one.
No,
we don't say walk one.
How do you say?
How do you
bad
say?
English.
That's bad English.
Oh yeah, we don't speak like that.
Walk one, yeah, man.
Yeah, we don't speak.
How me I say?
What's going on?
Karibu. What's going on?
What's up?
What's up? Not here, man.
Yeah, no walk
Yeah,
out.
we say so.
Jamaica.
All right, Mama. Welcome.
When I heard that, I was ready to cuss your mother's cunt. You hear now? Me did ready to cuss your mama's cunt. You hear? You better lucky they block me. They blocked me, that's why they couldn't cuss your mother's cunt. So, listen, lady. Listen. Even Obama went to Jamaica and used Wagwan. And he didn't complain and say it's bad language. President Obama, the former president of the United States, yes, went to Jamaica to speak at the University at the West Indies and said, Wagwan, Jamaica. I will leave the clip here for you to let that marinate in your head.
Greetings, massive. Hey. Wagwan, Jamaica. I want to thank the University of the West Indies for hosting us. Big up, UE. Thank you. Yeah, I've been making myself at home here.
Okay? You're talking about it's bad language. And Trinidad has something similar that they say. They say, why you saying? My Trini is in my comment section. Let me know what you guys say that is similar to Wagwan. Come on, I know you guys have something similar to Wagwan, okay? I know you guys have a broken Creole or something like that. Broken, I don't know, Creole, they call it in Trinidad. I don't know. I don't know if they call it Patwa or Creole. But you guys have something similar.
Although the official language of Trinidad and Tobago is English, there exists within the population a group of people who speaks Creole, right? This language has a profound effect on the speech patterns of all Trinidadians from the moment it emerged on the island to present day.
So why is she acting so bougie and so stush? Because she wants to show off on the little villagers. Because that's the only place this woman can go to show off on people. Because in Florida where she lives, she is just a pot cake in Florida. She can't show off on anyone in Florida. So she goes to the village and she tries to show off on those little boys in the village. And that's exactly what she was doing. That's why she's telling them, don't take my picture. Woman, we already know what you look like. We know what you look like, okay? And for your information, I just saw this thing come up. This thing came across my page today. Jamaican Patwa is now recognized as a global computation in linguistics and is now in several multilingual databases that supports the development of modern artificial intelligence system. Google it, woman. Google it. Oh, you have some nerve. You have some nerve. A dialect that many undervalue is now contributing to global research in natural language processing and to the scientific work shaping the next generation of language technologies. That came across my page. I don't know, maybe something in my brain pulled it up and it just come across on the computer. Yeah? On the computer. Yes, the same Patwa that you're jumping about, that's bad language. Oh, that is bad language. We don't talk like that. We are Trinis. That's Jamaica.
This sentiment is as old as colonialism itself. And I am here to say in big, our English is not broken. It's not improper and it's not bad. It's just unique. Let me explain. Language in the Caribbean developed directly in connection to the social pyramid.
That's Jamaican. All you had to tell the guy was, I'm not Jamaican. That's all. I'm sorry, I'm not Jamaican. I'm from Trinidad. You know, or if the guy said Wagwan, you know what to say. If you live in Florida, where, listen, Florida is like little Caribbean over there. It's like little Caribbean. So you know exactly what the guy was trying to say to you. All you had to say is, I am fine. But no, you had to try to show off because those little boys think you are God over there. Huh? So you have to show off on them and try to diss Jamaica. Well, I come here for diss your backside tonight. Me come here for diss you. You hear, woman? Me come here for diss you. No wonder why you couldn't stay at Congrats Mom house. I believe it's you who caused those people to get into a fight. Because if you packing up one bunch of clothes, including clothes for Condad to wear to bed, no? I wouldn't want you in my house either. I would not want you in my house, madam. No. You went there to make problems in those people in that woman's house. Perhaps that's why she didn't want you there. And that's where the issue started. Who knows? Or maybe he was the one who didn't want you in his house. You feisty and rank. Yes, the little fly-by-night Trini woman who went to the village to give Davy all those stuff that she gave Davy. And notice that she didn't give Marwa one thing. Marwa and Rocio didn't get a pen out of that woman. You know why? Because Davy told this woman a lot of things about his brother.
Allegedly.
A lot of things. And this is why she didn't give Marwa or Rocio one pin. She only sent stuff for the baby. Nothing. She didn't give them nothing. And that is very, very strange. Because when donors come to Marwa house, to Marwa, they always, even if it's a shirt, they always have something for David Jr. But this woman had nothing for Marwa because David Jr. has been telling this lady a whole lot of things about Marwa allegedly. Okay? Allegedly. All the stories from when they were children. Because this is how David Jr. is. When he wants you in his pocket, this is what he does. He will tell you all sorts of stuff about his brother and his brother's wife and how badly they treated him and yada, yada, yada. Yes, guys. So, anyway, that is it for those vagabonds, okay? That is it for them. I will leave that woman alone because certain things I know, I can't mention it on this YouTube. Okay, lady? I will just leave you alone because certain things I know, I cannot mention it here. And I will just leave it at that. But the next time you come out to diss Jamaican, we're going to finish you. We're going to finish you. Yeah? Oh. So, anyway, let's move on to Dee Mwango, who has left Poland. She has left the Poland chicken coop. I can't. I don't know why these Africans go over to Europe to, suffer. Why would I leave my country to go to another country to suffer? Why? I would never do it. I would never do it because I'm not dating anybody worse off than me. I could tell you that. I don't care. I ain't dating nobody who's worse off than me. Point blank and period. No one who's looking for a come up because that boy is a gigolo. And we all know that. So anyway, she left Poland village without the gigolo because of course her channel was dying a slow death, and everyone has been saying, Dee, your channel is dying, you need to get out of there, we're tired of seeing you cooking eggs every single day dressed like an old lady, you're running from here in the snow, you go into the barn to look at the chicken. Like, come on, nobody who wants to go to a Mzungu village to see that. People would rather see that in Kenya. They don't want to go overseas to a Mzungu village to see that. No, that's not what they're looking for. That's not the content they're looking for. So she realizes this, and that's when she decides, I have to get out of here, because she was supposed to stay in that village for the entire Christmas holiday. Remember, this is what she said. Those were her own words. So she finally left the village, and of course she's online telling people, guess where I'm going? Guess. Leave it in the comments. Guess where I'm going. Just for content, I guess, and nothing is wrong with that. Sometimes you got to make up some ish for content. Some people say that she's back in Kenya. She's not. She's going to a country, that is within the Shanghai area, so she can use the visa for other areas. Of course, it would make more sense, because just flying back to Kenya would be a waste of money. I'm not showing people any of her travel content. So it would make sense for her to go to other countries. Someone said that she's in Belgium. I don't know where she at, and I'm not trying to figure out where Dee Mwango is at this point. All right. So anyway, she snapped on someone the other day, I think it was yesterday, who mentioned to her that her dog has been caged up. And she snapped at that person and told that person that she should go get her own dog. No one needs to tell her about her dog and how to care for her dog, because her dog is doing quite fine. And she has to cage up the dog at night, because if she doesn't, the dog will run away. Guys, I don't know. That is not a bush dog, I must say. And Dee turned that dog into a bush dog, which is not nice. That was not a nice thing to do. And yet she was in the Mzungu, village, kissing up those other dogs, buying puss, cats, everything, and treating them very well. They're inside the house and all of that, in the kitchen, licking the food and all that nasty stuff. But yet her fancy dog that she purchased in Kenya is outside in the grass. Yesterday, I saw Congrats mom went there and was trying to clean the dog, because it has a lot of, ticks and all sorts of little prickle things on the coat, because it needs trimming. They haven't trimmed that dog. And I don't know, maybe the dog nipped at her or whatever. And I could swear that that woman gave that dog one bee slap. I know I'm not wrong, guys. Tell me if you saw that, where she hit the dog. Like, Congrats mom, why are you hitting the dog? Why? Why are you hitting the dog? Now, I know that you need to take stuff out on other people, and those two children that were at your house, the orphans that were at your house, is no longer there for you to beat up on them. Con mom, yes, that's you. I'm talking to you. Those kids are no longer there for you to beat up on them. So now you're beating up on Dee Mwango's dog, con mom. Shame on you. You don't hit animals like that. That's abuse. You do not hit animals like that. And this happens a lot when people are getting, taken advantage of in their homes, and they can't take it out on the man that is doing whatever to them, allegedly. So instead, they either have to find children to take it out on, or they have to take it out on the animals. And apparently she was taking it out on Dee Mwango's dog, and she went to Marwa's compound to take it out on Marwa's workers. I'm pretty sure you guys saw that. Tell me if I'm wrong. You guys saw that. Where that poor guy, she went to Marwa's compound, ordering the guy around to do this, do that, do the next. And the guy was just running around like he's a little idiot, like he's afraid of her. This is how much of a bully she is when she goes to Marwa's compound. No wonder why Rocio is hiding from her and doesn't want to deal with her. Because who knows, she may hit the baby as well. We don't know. Or maybe she attempted to do that. Because kids these days, they're rude, all right? These pandemic babies, these pandemic babies ain't no joke. They're a different breed. They're not like us back in the day when your parents look at you and all they have to do is give you one look. That one look. That one look. And you're like this. No, not these kids these days. They're different. So who knows? Maybe because she saw the kid doing certain things, and she may have tried to do something to Rocio child, and Rocio saw that and say, you know what, I don't want this woman around me. Sometimes we don't know that it's always two sides of a story. Now, you all know I don't like Rocio. I ain't gonna sit here and pretend, but I do believe that there's a reason why Rocio doesn't like this woman, because in the beginning, it wasn't this bad. It's only recently that it has gotten this bad. I'm telling you. Yep. So anyway, I think that Dee is trying to get pregnant for the Gigalo, because all she talked about in one of her videos is about, having a child and getting married, and she was just talking about marriage and all of that. But I think the guy's not ready to get married because, remember he said that what he realized about Kenyan women is that they want to jump into a relationship really fast, and they want to get married really fast, and he's not into that. He likes to get to know someone first. But Dee is probably rushing to do all these things. Maybe that's why she went to the doctor finally, because she was probably trying to get pregnant and wondering why it wasn't happening. Who knows? Maybe told the guy she's on birth control. You never know. And then realize she can't get pregnant, and that's why she ran to the doctor. Who knows? You never know. These people, they want Mzungu baby by any means necessary, because they do look, when they look in the mirror, they see a white person that they wish they were. That's what her and her brother, when they look in the mirror, they don't see a black person. They see a white person. They don't want to be black. They do not. And this is why they seek to, get into relationships outside of their race. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. But the reason why Marwa and Dee is doing that, to me, it is wrong. Okay? But normal people fall in love with, we don't choose who we fall in love with. If it's a Mzungu, if it's a, an Asian person, if it's a black person, we don't. Sometimes it just happens. But when you go out there and you purposely seek that person, because guess what you're going to say? I don't like black people, so I'm not going to date them. I want to date that specific race because this is how I want my child to look. And this is Marwa and this is Dee Mwango, because they don't want the kids to look like them. That's what I believe. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Did you hit that like button yet? Have you subscribed to my channel yet? And hype my video, okay? Hype your baby girl video. Leave your comments in the comment section. We like to talk about it over here. I'm going to respond to your comments. I'm going to hit the like button on your comments. And we're going to engage in the comment section and talk about it more in the comment section. And that's what makes this channel so much fun. We always have a good time over here. Sometimes I'm wrong too, and you can correct me gently in the comment section, all right? You can. Just don't come for me to curse me, because if you come for me to curse me, move my long tongue. It's gonna clap back. I'm a Sagittarius. That's why I'm so spicy. You know what I mean? That's why I'm so peppery. I'm a Sagittarius. You know how we do. So I think that's it for tonight, guys. There's absolutely nothing else to talk about. Absolutely nothing else. There's not much on the streets. So forgive me if I don't come here every day. I have a lot of work. It's year end. So a lot has been happening. I've been traveling for work and doing a whole lot of things. And it's one of the reasons why I haven't been, it's one of the reasons why last week all I did was just, check my regular Reactors channel, click in and click out. I know a lot of you noticed that I click in, click out, hit the like button, leave a comment, and then I disappear because I had a lot on my plate. But thank you for being patient with me always, and I hope to see you in my next video. Let's hope some drama kick off so that I can have some back-to-back stuff to talk about. Love you always, and see you in my next video. Bye-bye.